be one of the most hardest challenges that you have to face in life, because when you following your dreams, I just get chills thinking about it. It's just like, oh my gosh. When you following your dreams, right? You're creating something in your 3D reality that only came from your brain. It didn't come from nowhere else. It is just coming from you. And when you allow yourself to sit down long enough to channel the energy that you have between you and source, long enough to bring your dreams out from above you, out all in the air and in the universe, and bring them into your reality, you you see the real God in yourself. You see the real magic in yourself. You see the real creativeness of yourself. Because when you could just see something in your real world that you just created out of nothing, like, it make you look at yourself a little different and be like, dang. It's kind of like having a childbirth. Like, for you to just be sitting there, you go through a pregnancy, you go through your all stages, and then you just boom have the baby. Now the baby is just here, like, period. You know, like, when you're creating your dream reality and your dream life, it's doing the same thing. It's something that comes from within you. You have to sit down long enough to allow this thing to grow, to get big, to see what it's gonna be like. Like, you have to think about it, and then you think about it long enough to put it into just put it on into this whole reality. And you gotta understand this as well. When you're manifesting your dreams, the only moment that you have is this present moment. You don't have no past moments. You don't really promise ain't promise no future moments. So the only moment that you have is the moment where it's right here. So when you're manifesting and you're creating your dream life, you have to, it's almost as if you almost really have to be that in that dream in this present moment. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? You have to be in the dream and you have to live in it right now in this present moment, because there's no other times. And you don't realize this until you've wasted time, or you don't realize it. Maybe some people realize it never. But the only thing is, we know tomorrow is not promised to us. We know we can't go back and change the past. And we know we're here right now. So when it comes to creating your dream life or doing your dream thing, or whatever it is that you have in your head, you have to make that connection from your head to your 3D, like, in the second of what you actually know you have. You cannot reach up into your future. You can't reach your future self and bring your future self back. You can't go and reach your past self and make your past self be here, because your past self is already led up to this moment. So it's gone. It's not there no more. But the moment that you actually have is this moment right here. So what you do is, the life that you're creating, right? Remember, I told you this is one of the most hardest challenges that you will ever face in your life, because the biggest enemy is always ourselves. So it'll be the biggest fight that you ever put on, the biggest um like the biggest challenge that you have to understand. So when you are right here in this present moment, you have to be already in this dream. Like a reach around. You just switch. It's just like a cycle. Okay? It's just a cycle that you go around with. So, and that's really all it is to it. That's really all it is to it. It's just the idea that you're in that identity right now. Remember, I made a video the other weeks. Y'all should probably go watch it if y'all haven't seen it. Talking about identity. Everything that you do is your identity. Everything that you do, every decision that you make is showing your identity. Who you are, who you believe that you are. Everything that you do it because you believe that you should do it. It is in your identity to do it. That's why when people do stuff and they be like, I'm not that type of person, it's a lie, because if you weren't that type of person, you would have never done it. It's your identity to do that. It's your identity to act this way. We know this is how you act. And when you're acting out your identity to other people and yourself, you're showing more of who you are. Right? And so when it comes to what's the title? Creating your dream life, you have to have that identity of that person and show people who you are. Do y'all understand that? You have to have the identity. Put this identity, put yourself into this identity. Be this identity. Okay? And show people who you are. You cannot wait until the future, because remember, tomorrow is not promised to nobody. We don't know if we'll be here tomorrow. The past gone. We can't touch the past. We can't change the past. Nothing. The only moment that we have is right now in this present moment. What do we have in this present moment? We have ourselves and we have our identity. What is our identity? What we do, what we say, who we believe that we are, the actions that we take, the things that we have. Come on. Y'all know the things that we just have. Everything. Everything. From your house, your car, your job, your situation, your relationship. All of that is a reflection of who you think that you are. Nothing is slight, nothing is small, nothing is not a big of a deal. Everything that you do is a portal. Every decision that you make is a portal that leads you into a different life. Just like if you choose to go work some type of job, you in a whole life. This is your life. You know these people, you talk to these people, you like this person, you don't like this person. That is your life. All because you chose to work this job. If you choose to live in this neighborhood, all your neighbors that you know, you build, you got this with this person, da da da. Every decision, every small, simple decision is a portal that leads you into different realities, into different dimensions, into different lives. Just think about it. When you worked at that old job, you was living a life like that. Now that you're working at this job, you living a life like this. When you was living in that neighborhood, at that old place, you was living like this. Now that you're living in the place that you're living in now, you're living like this. Simple things that we can just move fast. It just gives us access keys to different doors that we get to open. Right? And so when you're creating your dream life, number one, you have to be in that identity in this present moment. Number two, you have to open the door to this thing. Because the only moment that we have is right now. We don't have no other moments. Even when you feel like you know what, I'm gonna just do this for a little bit, it becomes forever. It becomes forever because there's no real sense of time. Our bodies can't feel that time. The only thing that our bodies can feel is this moment right now. So, do y'all understand that? Like, do everybody understand this? This is something, it's a lot of information, but it's straight, just like that. It's just like that. It's nothing like anything else. Do not overcomplicate it. When people try to overcomplicate stuff, they make themselves confused. You make yourself confused. When you see what something is, it don't matter if it's a person. If you look at something and you find out exactly what it is, deal with it how you would deal with it. Don't try to think, don't try to change what it is. Don't try to be like, wait, let me see what this is again. Try to continuously analyze it. You don't want to do that. You just want to look at things for what they are, and that's it. So, when you're creating your dream life, you have to look at it in this present moment, in this present time, and that's it. You don't want to try to think too much of anything. It don't matter what it is. You don't want to overthink anything, because when you overthink, that's when like you get to doing stuff. You just doing stuff for the hell of it, you know. And when you're creating your dream life, remember all of these steps you gotta follow. It all comes down to number one, identity. Who do you identify yourself to be? And that shows in your everyday life. There's no such thing as doing something and not being that type of person. There's no such thing as always repeatedly having something but not fitting in that category of people. It's not a real thing. People are humans. People do things in cycles. People don't just do things one time and then just let it go. If people do stuff continuously, it's because they like to do it. Even if they say they don't like to do it, they like to do it. Because anything that's opposite, they're going to run away from. Okay? And so, I say that to say, when you're choosing your identity in the life of which you've always wanted to create, you just gotta have that identity and be like, all right, boom, put it on, and be in the present moment with it. It's one of the hardest, quite possibly, could be one of the hardest challenges that you've ever faced in your life, because it's like, it's just challenging. It's just something that you've never done before. But it's not necessarily challenging. It's challenging probably no times though, seriously. It just takes for you to get over the concept. The challenge is when you overthink things too much. That's when you make yourself confused by over graveling. But the concept is that everything you do is based on your identity. That's one. Okay? The second concept is the only moment that we have is this present moment. We don't have any future moments that's promised to us. And we do not have any past moments that we can touch. So you gotta have that identity. Immediately. Because we don't know when we won't have those chances. You know? So, if y'all had a good time, y'all comment good. Okay, if y'all understood everything that I put in these concepts, comment down below. Let me know. I want to hear what y'all got to say too. Okay? But yeah. I will be making multiple parts of videos like this just to continue to share this message with you guys and let you know about it. But it's really the same concept. It's the same rules. Just like when people ask, how do you get successful? And everybody say the same thing. Be consistent. Show up every day. Have a good plan. Execute. Do it even when you don't want to do it. Don't depend on your mood. Everybody already know that, but instead of them getting that information and going to change their life with it, they just sit and ponder on it and be like, wait, give me some more information. Let me ask you. Let me ask him. Let me ask him. Let me ask her. And they all say the same thing. So they rather waste time talking about how to do it than to actually do it. That's their identity. That's one identity in itself. And ooh, baby, you don't want to be that identity. The identity that is just stuck on information. Y'all know you got people who lazy people don't do nothing. You got comfortable people who is good where they at. They don't want nobody to be bothered with them. You got successful. You got people who in between. You got people who in the middle who are not really where they want to be at, but they're trying to get to where they at. Cause you got people who not where they want to be at. They comfortable. Then you got other people who, you know, they all around in a circle. So the worst group to be out of all the people is just the one that's constantly trying to figure it out. Like, do you know how much time people allow years to go by where they just trying to figure it out? Not saying that that's a bad thing. Some information, it is going to take you a longer time to do it. But what I mean is executing. It's even a beginner identity of this. But if you're just the identity who just trying to figure it out, you just sitting down, you just reading books, you ain't did nothing yet, you ain't did nothing, you just sitting on stuff, you ain't did nothing. Like, that's the worst one to be. You rather be the one who has 10 failed things, 10 failed business ideas that didn't work, or business ventures. Not just ideas though. You don't want to be the one with all the ideas. You want to be the one who done hurried up and failed at something, so that way they learn. Just know every disapproval or like every rejection is getting you a step closer to that yes, to that correct, you know, to that thing that's gonna change your life. Everything that says no to you gives you a step closer to the things that's going to say yes to you. Remember, rejection is redirection. Rejection is protection. So when something is choosing, nah, I'm rejecting them, they're not dealing with you, that's fine. You've just been protected from them. Now what you have to do is continue to move along, because that just puts you a step closer to being approved. See what I'm saying? So, if y'all got what I'm saying, y'all comment approved. Comment approved. So I know that y'all listening, okay? Comment approved, so we can move on to the next thing. But that's basically how you do it. You just make sure that you you do that. But what I'm gonna do now is continue to live my dream life, and I hope you guys come along and join me by living y'all's, and we all meet one another. But I'm gonna see y'all later on a different video. I just hope that everybody understands this video, and this video gonna be up later, so rewatch it. Understand it. Yep. Alright. Let me see y'all later. This has to be done, okay? This has to be done. Before I start the video, I just want to let y'all know. This is something that if you've never heard of for the first time, it may be kind of foreign. But once you understand the concept, it's there. It's there.